Shalom, Akim. I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Jesus who teach from real will. And salutations to all the Akim in all four corners of earth was pushing the truth and sincerity. Shalom, Akim. I'm gonna get this article. About a month or two ago, I did a video about a brother, inventor here in around the Chicagoland area, who had moved his family from at the time in Chicago. You could only be on the west side in the slum area. So a brother had took his family and moved from the slum area to the west side and moved his family to the suburbs of the west side. And this was in around the 50s. I can't remember exactly his name. I did a video and everything on it. In particular, brother I'm speaking about, but and they firebombed his house and everything. Esau tortured him. They did all sorts of things. So the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of they try to get out of these neighborhoods they're in. They try to escape the curses they're under. But guess what? Esau ain't going for it, and the Lord ain't going for it. On top of that, man, you know what I'm saying? We're here for a reason, and the curses are going to be upon us wherever we go, wherever we try to run to, wherever we try to escape to. The curses will be upon us, man. And that's one thing that our people have to realize, and they're gonna realize, and regardless, in these last days, they're still gonna feel it because our people are still gonna try to build in Babylon, man. We see it going on now, still to this day. Our people are still trying to go to college, even though our people are getting gunned down in the streets. They're getting gunned down, and I'm speaking about by the police, by the devils, by our enemies. We're getting gunned down. We're still trying to be joined hand in hand with our enemies. All these things are still upon us, and we're still trying to be hunky-dory with our enemies, So guess what? The Lord has something for us, man. Because the Lord is not for all that coming together. He's not for all that having peace among our enemies. Us to continuously be under our enemies' umbrella, wicked hand, And this is Lord, he does not want that, man. He had it for a small time for our punishment, but now is the awakening time for us to come out of those ways, man. And hearken unto His word, and how His word coming by the prophets, man, who are out there on the highways and byways, different days of the week. Not on the highways and byways, different days of the week, but you can also catch a video with the brothers always breaking down what's going on and breaking down the times we're in, man. So it's high time to come up out of that sleep, man. And our people, they love to dwell in slumberness. So therefore, in their slumberness, they're gonna get caught in that, man. The Lord ain't dealing with that, man. Like I say, man, the prophets are out there, man. They're pushing this word, man, and they're pushing this kingdom's gonna come down, man. This wicked kingdom's gonna come down. So whether you want to try to build it or not, it's gonna come down, man. Let me read a little bit of this article. I'm bring out some verses. It says, "What is a sundown town, and where were they in Illinois?" Because one thing about the northern states, they try to play that role like they had nothing to do with slavery. They had nothing to do with Reconstruction era. They loved the Negroes. They were coming up there, and that's far from the truth, man. That is far from the truth. When you begin to unravel their lives by doing research, you'll find out that a lot of these so-called northern towns, northern cities, northern states were all for race. They were all for they were all for the Ku Klux Klan and the different things that were out at that time. Come to find out, certain areas in Indiana, Tennessee, especially in Indiana, they brag about how the Klan was birthed in their states. This devil, he has a few northern states where he brags about how the Klan were formed in their states, not the southern states, but the northern states. You hear me? So that's one thing you got to realize. And don't get me twisted, because I do realize and fully realize that a lot of the southern states, brothers were hung at and everything. But at some point, when we were fleeing the South, these devils were setting up these sundown towns in their own, in these so-called northern states that were fighting to free the slaves. So what a oxymoron. Let me read some of this article. For years, some Illinois towns had the reputation of being a sundown town, a city where it was safe, where it wasn't safe for black people to be after dark. And when I hear sundown towns, I always think about the South. You know, you always resonate the South in your mind. So, you know, when we go knock down that stronghold with this right here, because here in Illinois, like I say, a lot of northern states had their hand in this wicked slavery system, you know, in one way or another. They benefited and reaped benefits off of slavery in one way or another. He says, while it's largely gone by the wayside, the reputations earned by cities remain and still cast a pale over their locals. What's the sundown town? The term comes from the idea that black people had to leave the city by sundown or face possibly harm and discrimination. I watched the movie before in this video when this came to my mind and do a video on this, and it was in 2022. A guy from England reported he went through a sundown town down there in Illinois, and when the Edomite pulled up on him, the first thing he said is, "You better be out of here before the sun goes down," and he drove off. But later, you know, somehow this brother found out where his address was, and he made it to his compound and talked to the guy, and he was a full-blown Ku Klux Klan, and they had their meetings and everything. And, you know, he just was talking to the man about, you know, he faked like he was part of the BBC news shit out of England, and Edomite fell for it, and he just spilled the beans. And really, these devils don't care, man. They'll tell you what their clandestine plans because they have no fear. And the main thing about it was, he was like, how are these guys able to establish themselves in sundown town? How are they able to do this with the police and law and stuff? He said, because the police turn a blind eye. And it's something we always know, man. You know, it's something we always know. He said, signs were sometimes posted saying things like whites only within the city limits after dusk. And other times the message was carried by reputation. Changing reputation. Once known as a sundown town, the Ku Klux Klan stronghold, Perkin tried to move past racist history. Sundown towns dated back to the colonial days when the ordinance and laws were also aimed at Native Americans. Also letting you know that you Negroes, you Native Americans, and you so-called Latinos are a part of these curses, and you will not and you cannot escape them until the Lord comes back, man. You know, you can join hand in hand with the enemy all you want to, but these curses will still be upon you. They said this was for Native Americans, but we also earlier I spoke about the Negroes, and you know, you also in the southeast regions you had the so-called Latinos that was hanging up in trees and everything. They had a huge hanging area for them, just like they had for us, just like they had for Gad. He said, but the activity spread from the Civil War and during the Reconstruction era. Additional discrimination often expanded to whom businesses would employ and where people could live. Hey, that's how I did a video a few weeks ago about this Indian boundary trails thing they have here in Chicago. You know, and not only in Chicago, but all over. Come to think about it, when you put two and two together, wherever you see an Indian boundary sign or the name, that's where Gad could not cross that area. Esau could go over there and hunt and do what he wanted to, but Gad couldn't cross that line. And guess what? If he crossed the line, he probably went to jail. He probably paid a fine. He probably got killed. You know, the worst come to worst, he got killed. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he's seen all his animals and the food that he used to have to gather and get taken up by his enemies. So what that forced Gad to do? That forced Gad to be wanting from the enemies at times, man. It forced a type of welfare system, man. I gotta go to my enemies to get my fruit. I gotta go to my enemies to get my animal meat and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The practices declined since the civil rights era, when laws banned such discrimination were passed. That's a lie. Esau loves to hide behind the segregation era and the civil rights era. They love to hide their lies behind that, man. You know, they love that. They love to say that things changed after. Yeah, it changed to benefit him. You know, they helped him out. You know, they helped him out in more ways than one. You know, whether it was changing the housing laws, changing just everything was faced that was changed to help him in one way or another, man. Let me read out some verses. This is Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 35 and 35 and 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hate and has shedded the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of the calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, these people they don't give a damn about us, man. They have a perpetual hate for us, man. The scriptures speak about, man. You know, the Lord said that the scriptures speak about how Esau had a perpetual hate for us, man. He never liked us, man. You know, a lot of these things he claims he does for us he does them for his own benefit, man. You know, so you're taking things from the devil, you're taking things from the enemy, man. You know, and you're not thinking about that, man. You're not thinking about what you're doing, man. You know, this devil has a perpetual hate for us, man. So we need the Lord to come help us, man. He said, Ezekiel 35 and 6, therefore as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith, thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. You know, so Lord's letting you know, man, that he's going to be vengeful in times coming up for this devil, man, towards this devil, man. You know, the things that he's done towards us will not be forsaken, man. The Lord sees these things, man, these evil acts, man. These sun up and sundown towns, man. These so-called northern cities that they were for us, you know what I'm saying? It was they just used us basically, man. Because at the end of the day, what is a sun up and sundown town, man? It's an area where you could work at as a nigga or Native American or another kingdom, but as soon as that sun go down, you got to get up out of there. You know, and it's 2022, and these places still are around. That's the main purpose of this video, to let you know that these places are still around, man. So this place is wicked, man. So where's the fear and where's the love at, man? It ain't no love, man. It had a perpetual hate towards you, man. Towards you Israelites, man. You know, they've always had a perpetual hate towards us, man. And we need the Lord to come back for our vengeance, man. Because we can't put in work like we want to, man. And unless we wait for the Lord to come back and guide us to what we're supposed to do, man. You know? And he said he's going to do that, man. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 35. To me belong vengeance and recompense. To me belong vengeance and recompense, man. This is what I was speaking about, man. We have to wait on the Lord to come back, man. You know? Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste, you know. And for the Lord shall judge his people, man. You know, but at the same time, he's gonna put in work for our enemies, man. And we need the Lord to come back, man. So our people who are hand in hand with our enemies, man, who are still trying to do right by our enemies and try to survive with our enemies, man, the Lord gonna come back and squash all that, man. You know, he gonna put in recompense, because we need recompense, man. Because these sundown towns, one of the main things you gotta remember, we were able to come there and work, you know, and we were able to come there and help the town build up. At the end of the day, what happened to us, man? We had to be out of there before the goddamn sun went down, man, or else, you know. And you don't want to be caught on the side of Esau's or else, because there ain't nothing you can do about it, man. You know, this devil has been blessed with the land. This devil has been blessed with the sword, you know. So this is his blessing right now. And the Lord speaks about it in the scriptures, man. So ain't nothing you can do against Esau and his blessing right now, man. You just got to put your head down and pray to the Lord, man, and wait, man. You know? I want to bring this up real fast, because a lot of these towns also, you know, the key part about it, a lot of these sundown towns are failing right now. They're done with. They were set up, you know, through for just crossing by, or for coal towns. I'm speaking about downstate Illinois. A lot of sundown towns, period. You know, because at the end of the day, The Israelites came there and helped build up and helped the economy build up, whatever it might have been. And guess what's happening right now? They're all failing. They all got drug abuse. They all got some type of failure from the woes of America. They're feeling the woes of America heavy in a lot of these sundown towns, man. This is Proverbs 6:15. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy, man. And like I'm speaking about, man, a lot of these sundown towns, I'm speaking about Illinois, what I'm saying, a lot of these northern states, whether it be Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, a lot of these states, man, what do they have? Huge drug problems, man. They got huge drug problems. So they broke it down without remedy, man, right now. What is Esau calling these drug problems? He calling them mental issues. So the government is trying to be lax on them in their laws in some of these areas, man. But we know what is going on, man. We know what's really going on, man. But at the end of the day, I just want to speak about some of these sundown towns and how they're still going on, and how the Lord sees these things, and how the Lord he's coming down upon them with the calamities, man, with these different things, man. And the Lord ain't coming up with no remedy for them, man. Y'all think y'all can come out with different terms and call it sicknesses and these different things, and it's gonna be okay. But no, it ain't gonna be okay. But I just wanted to bring this out. With that being said, this is edifying. Shalom, my king.